Cheers, welcome to my channel. This is a tarot oracle reading, and this is for the last half of August. And you, Leo, are the star of this astrological insight. If your sun sign is not Leo, we all have a little bit of Leo in us somewhere. If you do have your birth chart, which house is Leo in? That could give you further clarity as to where this information is most prominent for you. So the bottom half of this reading is the first six signs, or first six houses in the zodiac, which are about internal forces, and the underlying energy for that is the Knight of Wands. So the Knight of Wands for the underlying energy for the reading, is the underlying energy for the reading is the Knight of Wands, and the King of Wands is the for the internal forces. So the Knight of Wands is talking about an energy of information, communication coming in. The Knight works for the King of Wands, and this is, he's got a big red plume on the back of his helmet here, saying that he's, in the past has been impulsive maybe and a little hot-headed at times, but he's learned to rein his emotions in and discipline his mind to take things a little slower. The horse is rearing up wanting to go. It's showing the horse is representing heartfelt energy and passion. And in the background here we have the pyramids, and this is talking about the Knight of Wands' love of adventure and wanting to explore the wonders of the world. The element is fire. And so definitely, Leo, you're a fire sign. And so this is talking about this is actually Sagittarius, but the fire is your element for sure. And then we have the King of Wands. So this could be your energy as well. This is talking about, the King of Wands is considered to be the sexiest of all the kings. He's very charismatic and a leader, and definitely, this could be your energy for sure. And it's talking about, the wand is made of wood, and the wood fuels the fire to take passionate action. So the King of Wands is known for being a visionary and loving new adventures, new projects, doing things in new ways, and willing to tackle like difficult problems, in innovative ways. His energy is he's ready to go here, and we do have the energy behind him is these salamanders with their tail in a circle, and the lion are representing protection from fire, because the King of Wands rules fire. And this is also talking about, I saw a face on here a while back, and you know how you see something and then you can't unsee it. So there's two eyes and a mustache, and there's smoke coming out of the nose and the mouth. And so this energy is saying that, he could be very smoking hot, which he is, but at the same time, it can say that where there's smoke, there's fire. So the King of Wands, all of the fire signs have a tendency to stay independent longer and settle down later in life. They really value their independence and their freedom. So it's saying sometimes if there's where there's smoke, there's fire. Sometimes when the love of adventure and tackling new projects bleeds into the King of Wands' romantic life. And so it's something to keep in mind. And also, I'm just going to move this over a bit here. The first card we have is for the internal forces. So this is the energy behind the internal forces. I feel this is probably your energy. You're a Leo here. And so this is talking about like it doesn't look great, a great start, but the good news is here that this is talking about ending a cycle, the Ten of Swords. The Swords energy is the element of air, and it's talking about your thoughts. And so the swords represent mental intelligence, discipline of the mind. Now, clearly you didn't do this to yourself. You're laying here on the ground here. The right hand is in the form of a blessing. And we do have the Hierophant here as well. So the Hierophant also has his hand in the his right hand in the form of a blessing. So this could be saying that this is a blessing in disguise, that there's going to be light at the end of the tunnel. There's an energy here of you being, this could represent over a decade of energy directed towards you in this way. It could represent one person 10 times. It could represent 10 people or even 10 groups of people, usually depending on how many pentacles are involved, but not always. So this is talking about being left for unalive, and they're clearly don't want you to get up, but you're a Leo, so you'll get up. You'll keep going. And the Hierophant, I may as well finish with the Hierophant here, is responsible for bringing justice down from the spiritual realm into the physical. And so this is talking about traditional structures. And so if you're a religious person, this could represent leaders of your church, like the Pope, Cardinal, Bishop, and maybe rabbis, gurus, whatever religion that you are. And if you're more spiritual and you don't use an intermediary, this can be talking about doing prayer and meditation to be able to connect with the Most High, and then that energy being brought down into the court systems of the land. So this is, bringing whatever justice needs to be applied in the third dimension. It's the Hierophant's responsibility to make sure that that happens. He's giving instruction here already. So this is saying it's already happening in the spiritual realm and will show up in the physical in due time here. And so this is the energy that you're currently in, or the way you see yourself right now. And we do, but at the same time, this is your abundance, and this is like the beginning of a very fulfilling life. So this is awesome to see this card here, and it is the wand energy again. What this is saying, you have a strong foundation for success here and to a good base to move forward in life. It's also talking about, this is sometimes considered the official marriage card. So with all this passion, there could be some love coming in, or sometimes it could represent an energy of being passionate about a business or a project or whatever it is. If this is marriage, it's basically saying that you have the down payment for your castle, so congratulations on that. That's, these days that's quite a feat. And then also, you're still going to have to make the mortgage payments though. And then this is also saying, if it is about marriage, that the question has been popped, both people have said yes, you're planning the wedding, and then you're going to have to pour your energy into the energy of the relationship to keep it fulfilling, to reach that ultimate fulfillment. And look at this, we have a soulmate energy coming in as well. So the soulmate energy is like two people that have a soul contract basically together to connect on the planet at this time. And it's talking about each of them are very balanced in their masculine and feminine energies. And you notice they're very intimate here. This is talking about a really strong connection to the Most High as well, and to the universe. And this is a strong communication. I refer to this as Higher Self Network at HSN. It's like being on the internet, but you don't have to log on. You're always logged on, whether you are aware of it or not when you're on HSN. Sometimes this can also, if you're not looking for love here, this can be talking about you falling in love with yourself again, and that your masculine and feminine energy is really balanced, and you have a strong connection to source energy. And, but there is something that you want justice for. So this is kind of where you're at now. This is your abundance, and this is communication and from early life. So I feel that you've had a strong connection with the Most High, and also with the universe, since you were a child. You might be highly intuitive individual. And so the energy here is your current emotional state, really, like what's going on in your life right now. So you definitely are seeking justice. And then we have a tower here. And so there is some sort of, I feel after this communication comes in, there's something that goes on here. The Tower is saying that, you know, the universe it's a reality check from the universe. And the universe has been whispering and saying, hey, you need to pay attention to that. But nobody heard. So then it's like, okay, the frying pan treatment. And then when that doesn't work, 2x4. And eventually lightning hits the tower. So it gets progressively more difficult to deal with. If you ignore those inner, you know, when you get those inner nudges from your intuition, like, because now the tower is, you know, the lid's off the tower, and it's talking about you know, it's on fire and there's two people falling out. So one of them is really shocked and the other one is like, oh my goodness, I knew I should have taken care of this sooner. And so this energy is talking about a reality check, and when that hits pretty hard, because it means that you're probably going to have to rebuild from the ground up. And maybe if you paid attention to this sooner, it wouldn't have been quite as much work. Having said that, though, some towers are just unavoidable, you know. That could be like something coming. It's like it's not expected for sure, and it's kind of like Murphy's Law. But the good news is if you're on the right side of the law, because this follows the Hierophant, eventually you'll look back on this and you'll say, thank goodness that happened, because it was a real blessing for me. I needed that reality check, or it could have been way worse. And then we have the energy of the Queen of Swords. Now, she is considered to be the coldest of all the queens. It's because she's been there, she's done that, and she has the t-shirt. She is not in the mood for bullshit. She has her left hand out saying she's willing to receive this passion, I feel, coming in towards her. But it better be on the up and up, because she's not in the mood for people coming into her, towards her with incorrect information. And she has her sword up, and if that should happen, she has no problem with decreeing off with your head. And she means it, because she has clarity for the first time. And this bird in the background is representing desire for independence. So this could be your energy. Remember, this could be a male in his feminine energy, and this could be a female in her masculine. So remember that they're not gender specific. But this is saying, I feel if this is your energy, you definitely have your head above the clouds now. You know what you're going to put up with and what you're not going to put up with, and you know what you want in your life now. So that's, you know, the reality check can be helpful that way, but usually it's kind of a, you know, like a kaboom. And but I feel like it's more of a kaboom for the other side that was doing this. I feel like the cards for you are so positive, you know, other than this energy. You might have gone cold on people here that were involved in this energy. And that's why this card is here. And quite often, I can't remember if I said this, that the Queen and the King of Swords are most likely to be divorced or separated out of all of the signs. And this sometimes can represent like that energy here. All right, so let's see what the underlying energy is from the bottom here. Oh my goodness, for the external forces. So the external forces coming towards you are the devil energy. And you know, you look at this energy and you look at these two lovers compared to these two. And you can see, you know, this energy, and they're yoked to each other, and then they're chained to Saturn's box. And instead of having this communication with source energy, they have this communication with the devil, like he's literally crouched there in between them. And this position he's in is a very, it's a very animalistic position. And this would be saying that, you know, there's some sort of lust here rather than love. And when the devil energy comes in, it's very manipulative energy, because it's temptation. And so the devil's not going to tempt you with something that's ugly. The devil's going to tempt you with something that's shiny and bright and that you really want. And I feel like this is definitely saying from the external forces that there has been some sort of this energy here. I mean, we do have a Queen of Swords here, so if this isn't your energy and this is you here, and maybe you're like in the King of Wands energy, the information coming towards you. This could be about the people that put you in this situation. And because now the information, it looks like, for the external forces is coming from the devil himself. When this card comes up, I always cover it with the next card up. I want to know what minion does he send in to do his dirty work? Because he doesn't do his own dirty work. And also, does God cover it? What's it about? Can we get some more information here? God covers it with an Ace of Pentacles. Oh my goodness. This is saying that you are supposed to receive an Ace of Pentacles. So this is a huge gift, a reward for following your path of glory, being on your destined path. And we can see that energy changing here. So this is saying the universe and the divine have collaborated to bring this beautiful reward in for you. This is the pentacle energy is talking about health, wealth, and happiness in the 3D. It's shaped like a coin because money matters, in the 3D. We need, this is about the element of earth, and on earth, this is talking about earthly matters and physical matter, and you need money to purchase that. So definitely money is important, but this goes further than that. This is talking about lifestyle. Because you could have all the money in the world, but if you don't have your health and you don't have, if you're laying here like that, what good is money going to do? And if you have no love in your life, this is saying that this pentacle is talking about having a beautiful relationship coming in, justice coming in, and that it's a passionate relationship. So God has you covered here. So the devil is no longer really dealing with your energy at this point. The people that are involved in this are dealing with God now, directly. And so let's see what happens now. Okay, so we have, this is like you going on a new journey. Like I feel like your energy is not involved in this reading anymore. And this is talking about the Fool moving forward. The Fool is taking a leap of faith that the energy is going to be much better. And this is in your position of romance. It's talking about partnerships and commitments and marriage, basically. And see, we have that energy here. This is talking about taking a leap of faith and following God's plan here, which is why you're being rewarded. And this is saying it's a blank slate. You have a bit of baggage here, but that baggage is representing what you've learned from the cycles that you've been on. And look at the tattered sleeves. So it's showing that you've been on at least one other cycle in this lifetime. So this is really awesome, and it's sitting right in your position of partnerships, commitments, and marriage. This is a really good reading. And then we have the Six of Pentacles. So definitely I feel that whatever is going on here, this is the transition. And it's talking about you were working, to plant seeds to bring in some sort of, your harvest, really, your pentacle energy. So this is talking about you have enough after the harvest to give to this person. You're giving to charity, but you have the scales of justice above this person's head. If you look closely here, you'll notice he has something in his pocket here. So he's a grifter, and this energy can say that you've been breadcrumbed and someone else is using your money to make money for themselves because they don't want to risk their own. That's the kind of energy it is. And so this is talking about, this is a transition. This energy is coming to an end. And then we have the Page of Pentacles coming in. Isn't this interesting how now we have, now we're going to find out what happened here. And this is in the position of your higher knowing. And that it may be significant for you because the Page of Pentacles would work for the King and Queen of Pentacles. And the pages would start very young, around 7 to 14. Because they you know, back in those days, the lifespan was half of what it is now. It would be a real coup for them. Like, this is talking about being able to be dressed to the nines here and learn all about, look how he's studying that pentacle, learning about business and how the elite live and all of that. So you might have had a situation like that where you had a mentor that was very beneficial for you when you were under the age of 21. It can also be talking about this, and whatever happened here, that there was something that happened when you were in elementary school, high school, or starting college, university, or maybe just entering the workforce. So under the age of 21, or it can sometimes say that there's some sort of energy regarding this pentacle energy coming in from someone maybe you knew back then. You might not have seen them in a really long time or whatever, but some friends or, you know, peers that you worked with before that, you know, before the age of 21, and, you know, maybe college, university, you know, frats and all that type of energy. So definitely we have a transition happening, like this breadcrumbing energy is over. And this is talking about, because some more information comes in about this pentacle coming in and why these people were engaging in this behavior. And I feel like I'm still like wondering what this is, because this is talking about the position that the Queen of Swords is in is talking about your schedule and your daily habits and how you run your day. So that might be significant to you as well. And look at this, we have the Three of Wands. And so this can be talking like if there was a divorce here, this can be talking like this person is standing on the precipice of change. And it's talking about sometimes, you know, he's looking out over the distant horizon here, and this sometimes can talk about wanting to there's ships sailing by and the sun is shining on the water, making it golden here. And he's thinking about hopping on one of those babies and going on an adventure. That's typical Sagittarius energy in particular, but for sure fire sign energy. And so this is maybe saying there could have been a divorce here because of some sort of infidelity or something. And now you're moving forward as a single person, or and then you meet this new energy coming in, or it can be talking about having already met this new energy and moving forward as a couple together. And maybe this could be saying relocating even to another country or something. Maybe the King of Wands, if that's his energy, or your energy, whoever you are engaged in here in this passionate relationship, this could be someone that lives overseas from where you are. Okay, so this is in your position of career, reputation. So, you know, if this isn't about love for you, like a romantic love situation, and it's more about business, this definitely could be saying that you might be collaborating with people that want to empower you and your business, maybe partner up with you, or maybe finance part of it or something like that. It's a collaborative effort, and it could be both. And so we have the Knight of Swords coming in. Look, the Knight of Swords panicking. Like, oh, dun, 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 dun. It's that kind of energy. He's in a hurry. You know, like this is saying the Knight of Swords is sometimes thought of like as a fool rushing in. Like he's trying to get there. He's trying to get to this information before this knight gets there. And whoops, this sometimes this can talk about like if you look at this, we can only see half his sword, so he might only have half the information, but he's like anxious. Look at his horse. Like, look at the difference here. So this horse is totally stressed out, and he has a red flag on the back of his helmet instead of a plume. And look at even the sky is looking like like nails on a chalkboard. It's the energy I'm getting. And he's running against the wind and through barren land, and his horse is totally stressed out. So this is talking about he might only have half the information, and we can't see the point, and maybe he can't either, but he's trying to get either to the people that did this, with the information, or sometimes this can be talking about an investigation. This can be talking about like kind of like spy energy, private detectives. Sometimes it can be talking about using technology, hidden cameras, hot mics, that type of energy. This could be a legal or an illegal investigation. Like this could be, because we have the Hierophant here, this could be an investigation that has been, that is in progress right now to find out what was going on here. And then, oh, look at this. We have the Three of Cups. So the Three of Cups energy, this is a celebration, but this isn't my favorite card. Like, look at, they are toasting each other, but no one's looking at each other. They're not intimate with each other. And they're toasting something that has happened. And they're like, yes, it's happened. They're down. They're not going to get back up again. That's the energy I'm getting. And of course, this energy likes to come out around the moon. When there's a new moon and a full moon, and we're in this in-between with an eclipse. So I'm not surprised to see this card. But you can see they're not looking at each other. They're looking at the cups. In a lot of cultures, if you toast like this, they'll freak out on you, because especially in Europe, they have a superstition that's pretty heavily ingrained that if you don't look people in the eye like this when you're toasting, it causes 7 years bad luck in your relationship, in your romantic life. Not just in yours, but in theirs too. So they'll be like, look me in the eye. And so this, I feel, is these people were celebrating too soon. They didn't think you were going to be able to get back up again this time, but you have. Like, you are going to be, you already are back up again. You're already on a new cycle. Like, you're ready anyway. So definitely there's been something going on here. Now, it could be small for some people, or it could be large for others. So remember, this is a general or collective reading. So take only what works for you and leave the rest. I am going to clarify with my oracle just to see if we can get further clarity. So this is my Tales from the Vector, courtesy of the Intergalactic Federation of Light. And this energy, the numbers on these cards represent the paintings as they're listed in my gallery on my website, talesfromthevector.com. And I will put them in the order that they appear here in the description box below. This is how they're listed in the gallery. All right, in case you want to check them out, sometimes I can give further information. So we have Virgo energy here. This is talking about communication, so it's not surprising that that's here. And this is talking about really looking into something like analytical critique, and it can even be like, very specific. So this could also be someone that the Hierophant sent in, or that's working with the Hierophant. I just want to point out that when horoscope signs show up in my readings, I'm not talking about individuals. I'm talking about the energy of the sign. So if you ever get your birth chart done, you'll see that you have all the signs in there, and you can look them up, on your birth chart. You can learn a lot about yourself this way. And you can also learn a lot about other people, like how different the points of views can be. And every sign has its specialty, its strengths and weaknesses. So why not learn from it, how to do things in their special way? And you can really progress really well that way. So in your own reading, that they could be significant to you, but you have to use your intuition on that. I want you to be aware. I am not trying to single out any individual signs. Father figures. So this definitely could talk about someone who is a father figure. This could be, a father. It could be, the father of your children. You could be a father. This can talk about, grandfather, father, uncles, male cousins, and possibly brother type energy. And then we have Capricorn, and this is talking about And this is the most ambitious sign in the zodiac, and it's ruled by Saturn. And Capricorn is very, very responsible, but super ambitious. And they always see the possibilities in the challenges. If anyone's going to, they will. And they take consistent steps of action towards their goals. They're very, this is, you know, in its best energy, this is someone that just keeps on getting back up. And I feel like that's talking about your energy partly. It's interesting because Saturn rules the sign of Capricorn and also rules over the devil. Like these two are yoked to Saturn's box here. So, you know, it's talking about like some real ambitious energy. We have falling and failing, and love is a matter of eye. So yeah, like it's like when you were down here on the ground, you had to get up for yourself and love yourself enough to get back up and do a lot of healing to get to this position where now your life is moving forward in such a strong way. And look, we have the Wheel of Fortune here, saying that this is Sagittarius energy as well. Both these cards are. So this is talking about the Wheel of Fortune is turning in your favor. It's Jupiter energy. It's about luck. And, you know, this is God's plan. And it's saying that you are on, you know, you're on course here because you used your third eye energy. And this is also talking about the Hierophant, you know, getting down to the bottom of things. We have the anger here. And so this is a karmic space that any of us can fall into. You may, when the whole truth comes in about this situation, you might feel really angry, but be like the Knight of Wands. Rein in your emotion as much as you can, because it's not going to benefit you. This is not a good year to be impulsive, and it's particularly not a good time during in between eclipse seasons to be impulsive, because it usually doesn't pay off. Well, you know, impulsive energy, quite often we will regret it. And you can control your inner forces. And it's always best, like you can't control what other people say or what they do, or you know, the economy or any of that all by yourself, but you can control whether or not you're going to react to that energy or you're going to respond to it. And I feel that you've been reining it in pretty darn good here. And so we have the energy on the external forces. We have, yeah, having the courage to face this energy and stay on your path. Good decision. Really, really good energy. And it's also saying breathe. You've been through it. And then we have the need to be right. So this is sometimes talking about people that have to be right, but I feel like in this case, you need to be right. Like you need, like this is a very challenging situation. And, but like sometimes people will, you know, I have to be right every single time. And then that means other people have to be wrong. I feel this is talking about the external energy, is they figured that they had this, that, you know, they were celebrating already. You're down. And this guy's running in to tell them, no, they're not down, they're back up again. And the Hierophant's here, and you know, there could be an investigation happening. And so this is talking about, you know, when you don't need to be right, would you rather be right or would you rather be happy? And when you do need to be right, then be right. And so this is talking about making mountains out of molehills, or sometimes making molehills out of mountains. You have to know the difference. We have the Hermit energy. Again, this is talking about safe travels for you, because this is a transition, and it's because you went inward and you, you know, you did the work you needed to stay on course. You reined it in, because this is challenging energy to stay calm about, that's for sure. And we have the Hangman. It's left you stuck for a long time. And this energy is also talking, you may have been waiting for some information to come in, and it finally came in regarding the Pentacle energy. And it definitely has to do with this here. And this has to do with the reason why this is happening here. See these three together here. And then we have Eagle. So, you know, it's like a bat out of hell. So this energy, it's like, you know, it's when you decide to walk away, like, and you decide, you know what, I'm not getting, like, I don't want to be involved in this energy. And you start to figure out what's going on. And these people have a huge ego to think that they were going to get away with, you know, going against God's plan here, and your soulmate's coming in, and there's a Hierophant here, and the Tower hit. And I feel like as much as this may have been difficult for you, the Tower was even more difficult for them. And then we have superstar energy. So I feel that once this is all looked after, this if there's an investigation, that it's going to create a lot of harmony in your life. We definitely do have a lot of the chakra signs here. So this is saying about, you know, breathing and meditating and being calm and praying, you know. And then we have pride. So definitely these people are in all, like, totally in all or nothing energy. This is not like people sort of kind of don't like you. This is a concerted effort. So they didn't, I don't think they realized, like, look at, because this is, what does a lion have? Pride. Lions, when they start a family, they have a pride. And I feel like this may be clearing energy more for less, like, this could go back to when you were a kid. It could be something that happened way back when, and it's been going on for a long time with this energy here. And it's funny that we end the reading with the all or nothing, hear me roar. So this is you getting up. All right. Wow, this is quite a reading. Like, I feel like this is a matter of degrees. I feel like this is a lot of energy. So it could be something small and it could be something big. Remember, this is general, collective. You know, it's a lot of stories maybe put together. So only take what works for you. Just leave the rest. And I will be back with another reading. I'm going to do a reading on a bonus reading for the full moon eclipse after I have finished these signs. I'll do it a few, closer. It's on the 28th. All right. Thank you for your time and energy, your likes, comments, and subscribes. I truly appreciate them all. And I will be back with another reading for you soon, Leo. Bye for now.